The intellectual bankruptcy of the establishment is clear, ladies and gentlemen. They warned against electing a reality TV star to the presidency, but they diverted their eyes when Canadians selected this former drama teacher to run the country. And both are dangerously unqualified, albeit there are no proper qualifications for being a dictator. But the point is, guys, while Trump is being feared and hated by the corporate state media, Trudeau is loved and praised. But it looks like the honeymoon is over for Canada's PC principal. He became the laughingstock of the world when he was praising Fidel Castro's so-called accomplishments. And domestically, things have really taken a turn for the worse as of 2017. It's just been revealed that during his first year in office, Justin Trudeau took 10 vacations with his family. Yes, you heard that correctly. 10 vacations over the span of 1 year. The most recent vacation, of course, is the most controversial one. Justin visited the private island of Aga Khan. He's this big-time Liberal Party supporter and donor to the Trudeau Foundation. He's an Islamic religious leader who also runs a foundation that lobbies the Canadian government and receives millions of dollars in return for this effort. But of course, Justin just claims that Khan's an old family friend, and there's really no conflict of interest here. But Khan is obviously more than just a family friend. His fortune is reported to be $800 million. This guy owns and operates French horse racing, and he owns a private island in the Bahamas. This is the place where Justin just visited him, and he broke the law by riding in Khan's private helicopter. Because in order for the Prime Minister to fly a private aircraft, he needs to receive permission from the Ethics Commissioner. But Trudeau, of course, is just above the law, and he refuses to admit that he did anything wrong here. But federal conflict of interest laws beg to differ. The Prime Minister can't just take gifts from registered lobbyists, and this is a category that Aga Khan and his foundation do fall under. And it's not just Trudeau. The Prime Minister's office did confirm that Liberal Party President Anna Gainey and her husband were also guests of Khan's over the holidays. But again, this corruption doesn't just start and stop with Justin's or even just the Liberals. In 2009, our former Prime Minister Stephen Harper named Aga Khan an honorary Canadian. So it's clear that this billionaire religious leader has plenty of connections all throughout Ottawa, whether it's left or right. I mean, there's even an Aga Khan museum in Toronto to promote Islamic culture and art. But the question is, how soon is any of this going to disappear from the news cycle? And is anything concrete going to come of this? Is the media going to push for any kind of retribution on this? I mean, Trudeau's secret vacation to a billionaire's lobbyist private island not only violates standard ethical behaviors, but it actually violates federal law. If you or I violated federal law, we'd be going to jail. I mean, just look at the current state of the cannabis industry here in Canada, many of who are involved in that are friends of mine and sponsors of this channel. And in spite of legalization talks, police continue to raid and imprison people just simply for pot, and Trudeau says this is just all good. He even says here, we're not legalizing marijuana to please recreational users. It's disgusting, folks, and the worst part about all of this is probably going to end up a lot like the Liberal Party sponsorship scandal from 10 years ago. Does anybody remember that? This was this scandal that saw the Liberals lose power to Harper's Conservatives, but lo and behold, the incoming Conservatives were just as corrupt, and of course, once Canadians clued in, they just returned back to the big red tent Liberals in 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always assumed that political corruption can somehow be extinguished by voting in new and different people. But maybe one day we're going to learn to break that cycle. But in the meantime, perhaps Justin's aloofness to his own corruption is going to knock the Liberals down to a minority government in 2019. But I guess it's better than nothing. But in the meantime, I can't help but admit, even though this guy is destroying lives and the prosperity of the nation, It is fun to watch Boyd Justin here dig his own political grave. And as he continues to dig that grave, we're going to be right here to expose it all. I want to thank everyone so much who has ever donated to help keep us going with our efforts here to bring you this information. And of course, if you're not a patron yet, please check out our page at patreon.com/pressfortruth. This is where you can contribute a couple of dollars a month to help us out. Click the like button, folks, share the video, and stay tuned for more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.